Hello and welcome everyone back to Doki Doki Literature Club.
Hello.
Hello. We were eating cupcakes, right? That's
We
all
had a cupcake.
that's all I remember. I remember
Um,
food much better than I do other things. That's how
uh,
I that's how connect everything. No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. That's why. So, Papa told me to, like, whenever I visit somewhere, to eat the local food. I
Yeah.
have been doing that because he said he remembers all the food from everywhere he's visited.
Yeah, there definitely is a connection there, and we were talking about this before about people that game where they have like a last meal before they pass on, and
Yeah,
that meal connects them to a memory.
yeah.
That's all rather cool, but we should get back to the story.
Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature.
Has this always been Monica? I thought the other one was Monica. Ugh.
I, this has always been Monica.
Okay. I thought I was taking crazy pills.
Oh no, you don't worry. I'm sure we'll all be taking crazy pills as this story goes on. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Or maybe you just don't convince people at all and you tell them to F off. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Uh,
Yeah!
into yourself.
We'll do our best.
Yuri. Okay, that's the one I was thinking of. I thought she was Monica. Oh god, I forgot that was for him.
Yep, there's a lot of voices. You know it.
He surprised me.
She is the shortest one. We can
Oh
forget
yeah.
that she's there.
Okay, she's that short. She's the last to know that it's raining, right?
Yep.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are interested in the same goal. Perfectly normal dating game, right? That's the way they make it seem. I was watching somebody play it, and that's the way it was presented. The other guy didn't know it was Game Grumps. Dan didn't know that it was what the game was about, and so Aaron was presenting it as a regular dating sim.
Okay.
And Dan hates horror games.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. But I don't remember the series very well. So in my mind, all of this stuff is pretty much new.
Right.
That's how bad my memory is. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm. I don't think I watched the whole thing because at a certain point I got irritated at the voices they were doing.
Yeah, that's totally fair. So, Ron, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, porno magazines mostly. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. I read Twitter. That's what I
Twitter,
read.
yeah. Reddit occasionally.
Yeah, I'm a reader, you know. Big on reading.
Yep.
Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking.
Here's a good question for the commenters. Is it manga or is it manga?
I have been saying both. I don't know. I don't know why I switch it up like that, but sometimes I say manga, sometimes I say manga.
Yep, I do the same thing, and then some people think that I'm correcting them, and they were just like, I was just copying you, and I was just like, I'm not correcting you.
Does anybody have a clue? Maybe it's both. No, I'm
Maybe
sure
I
there's
mean
a.
it could be a regional thing.
Yeah,
Some parts of Japan say it one way, some parts of Japan say it the other way.
yeah. I can't remember can't remember them ever saying it in an anime before. I'm sure they must have.
I only remember people calling other people otakus in anime, but I don't actually remember hearing the words manga or manga.
Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Loser. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Wait a minute. She's not much of a reader, but she's in the literature club?
She said you were not much of a reader.
Oh, okay.
Because you only read manga.
Right, okay. I thought she... Okay, I need to pay more attention, sorry.
That's what I'm here for.
I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, I like a lot of things.
That seems like a meme or something that you'd have on Facebook. I like books, not people.
Oh, yeah.
You say this?
Yeah. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? I feel like we're getting foreshadowing here.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Oh, God. You called it. I read a horror book once. Do you read much, Joe?
Other
than on your computer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do read. Although I'm kind of like our protagonist here. I read manga a lot.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? That I've been reading light novels, but they're also, I'm not sure if they're technically considered manga or not because they had an anime made of them.
Yeah.
But they are supposed to be a light novel. Like Spice and Wolf is a light novel.
Oh, okay. I was just watching that last night.
Yeah, and I have some of those books, and I've read some of them. And then multiple times on the plane, I have read psychology books because that was all I felt like bringing with me. So I studied on the plane rather than, reading for enjoyment.
You should read sometime for enjoyment.
Yes, I should.
Everybody should read for enjoyment.
Yeah.
I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. I feel like I could just keep talking, but I need to do this story.
Yeah, no, it's important to read.
At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror.
Me too.
Why is that?
Unless it's in video game form for some reason.
Well, I just...
Especially like modern day horror stuff seems to be just gross out horror.
Yep.
Last time I checked.
Same.
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
I've said this before in one of my videos, but I don't know if I've said it to you. But I had an ex-girlfriend that watched. Have you heard of House of a Thousand Corpses?
Heard of, never seen.
It was totally crazy and gross and weird horror stuff, I guess. And my ex was laughing at it. She thought it was funny.
Red flag.
She turns out later on in the relationship, she admitted to me that she was in an insane asylum at one point.
Nice.
When we're in a car where I can't get out. So you can imagine me just sitting there like, oh, really?
In your head, you're just sitting there just like, shit.
Yeah. Shit on me.
I'm sorry, Gary.
I have poor choice in women.
I can understand and relate to that. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back. Fine, fine. I forgot what voice I did for her.
That's fine. I forgot too.
Lovely viewers won't. I'm sure that they will enjoy whatever terrible voice I give her. Your cupcakes, your poems.
Well, we're not going to do this more than once a week, so...
That's true.
It's going to forget things.
Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Very Siddles?
I have no idea.
Up next, behind...
Slides. Sorry.
Yeah?
It's a spelling error. I think it's supposed to be slides.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I have never heard of Siddles. It's when I say it now, it actually sounds like a wrong spelling. So Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Just because she's short. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes.
Are they scary poems?
I hope not. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. I know you're not into it, but I'm actually like into this game now.
Oh, okay. I have found out that Natsuki is 4'11".
Nice. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes. Please share them. I want to know your dark thoughts.
You wouldn't like them.
Probably not. I'm guessing. Not very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels.
It would actually be more interesting probably if we didn't know anything about this game, so sorry.
Yeah, well, it's been out for so long, it's hard to not know something about it, right?
Yeah.
If we played it right away, we probably could have gotten away with it, but sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
I got to say something. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Nat and Yuri. Nesuke and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it.
God, I keep forgetting people are there. Other people are there.
It keeps showing
Just like
up.
she shows up out of nowhere.
She jump scaring you.
I want to be part of the conversation too. Not really jump scare. It's just I just don't expect it, you know. And then they pop in, then another girl pops in all of a sudden. It's a little strange. Like they've been off to the side just listening. Why don't they have? I guess she wasn't talking, so she's not important.
Yeah, she's unimportant. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club.
Is she? Question: is she the one that's usually pops up, or is it different?
So far, I've only seen Sayori pop up repeatedly. Isn't that right, Ron?
Hi, Ron. Monica smiled warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Still have other clubs to look at and, lose my train of thought. Oh, they look at their faces. They're all like, they're so concerned.
Yeah, they're just like, but
please
are
join.
friends.
We gave you our cupcakes. We're friends now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dejected eyes. Jeez. I can't believe how often this happens to me. I say something, then I'm like, oh, okay, they said the same thing, and then okay. Anyways, with dejected eyes peering at me, I'm gonna stop there, so you all can see what happens next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.